Hey everybody, how you do? So the last time I was here, I shared about not residing in a resting place. I spoke about not giving up while on the journey or in the process. I am here to encourage somebody else today about being honest. So, and you may hear some noise in the background. I am here looking at the ocean. Marvelous view, by the way. But yeah, so I want to talk to us about being honest. And this thought was inspired by God for sure, but also from a conversation I was having earlier with somebody. So this is how things are in life. We tend to be the ones who are honest with others, but we are not honest with ourselves. So much so that we believe that we have to be Superman, not realizing that after the cape is off, you have Clark Kent. Now, I was reading something in Psalm 51 actually, where the psalmist David, he says, I think verse 6, he says, you desire truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden parts you will cause me to know wisdom. Now, contextually, that was speaking about the sin that he committed, committing adultery, committing murder. That's what the context spoke about. But while that spoke about the sin of David, how many of us are in a place right now where we know we have felt, disappointed. We know we have felt like I've given all my all. We have felt like I failed. You have felt like, this is it. I cannot go any further. I have no more strength left. But we refuse to be honest about it. As I thought about this, what came to my mind also was that we are not being honest for any sympathy. We are being honest to preserve our sanity. It is easy for us to hide what we are going through. It is easy for us to put on a mask, to show up for everybody and ensure that everything is okay externally. But how many of us are being dishonest with ourselves that, guess what? Clark Kent needs help. And I'm not limiting this to Clark Kent as a male, but Clark Kent as a human. We know the narrative or the movie Superman, but what many persons don't even realize is that Superman, as powerful as he is, as strong as he is, he has a kryptonite. He has something that will cause him to become like a normal person. And many times we look at it and we say, well, as long as he doesn't get close to that thing, he'll remain powerful. But what if Superman doesn't want the cape at a particular time? What if he just wants to be Clark Kent for a moment? And this is what happened to many of us in life. Everybody is expecting you to be the superhero, but not many persons understand that you are Clark Kent. And because of that, we now take on that superhero syndrome, lie to ourselves that even in the moments when we feel like I can't do it anymore, we still show up for others. We still do what needs to be done while we are dying on the inside. Now, I want to say to us that it doesn't make sense we are honest in the eyes of other people, but dishonest in God's eyes. Because the truth is, just like with David, he knows our hearts. He knows that we feel like we don't want to go on no further. He knows that we feel like, hey, where are those who I need the most when I am going through? I feel abandoned. I feel like nobody cares. He knows. But the only way we can get any kind of help is if we are honest with ourselves. I think it's a known theory or thought that if you go to a psychiatrist or for any help any at all, and they ask you the question, what is wrong, and you say to them, I'm okay, they are going to call for the next patient or next client. Here is why. I don't need to help somebody who is already okay. Now here is the issue. We go in, we say we are okay, but we leave broken, we leave hurt, we leave wounded, and then say nobody cares. It is not that nobody cares. The issue is we were never honest. And because of that, we don't get the help that we need. Because of that, we get to a place where we are burnt out. We get to a place of a boiling point. But here is another quick suggestion. Why not turn off the fire before you get to a boiling point? Why not turn off the flame before that water gets to that boiling point? The truth is, it doesn't have to get there. The truth is, we can be helped, we can be healed, we can be delivered, but it takes honesty. Going back to Psalm, the psalmist says, you desire truth where? In the inward parts. A lot of us can dress up and show up, but outside of the dressing up, when you take off whatever you have put on and get back home, get back wherever, are you still hurting? Are you still wounded? Are you Clark Kent that needs a glasses, but as Superman he doesn't need one? The only way Superman can get any kind of assistance if he needs it, he has to come to terms and be honest that guess what? I am also Clark Kent. And revealing that he's Clark Kent, and I want somebody to get this part, revealing, being honest that he's Clark Kent doesn't make him less Superman. But here is what that does. That also now portray not just to others, but also to him, that hey, I may fail sometime. I may not always get it right. I might feel pain. I'll feel pain, not might. I'll feel pain sometime. I'll get hurt sometime. Because under the cape, I am human. And so, I want to encourage somebody. Please, be honest with how you feel. Be honest with whatever you're going through. Be honest enough to say, hey, I need help. Here is what many of us also do. Because we put on the facade and we wear the mask so well, even concerning God, when he comes to us and say, hey, be honest with me, he already knows what he say, hey, be honest with me. We go before the all-knowing God and say, Lord, I'm okay. Lord, I am doing well. We have mastered that so much as humans. When somebody asks you, how are you? I am fine. When the truth is, you're not fine. When the truth is, you're hurting. When the truth is, you don't want to go on any further. When the truth is, you cannot go any further. You need some support. But the only way we can get that support is if we are honest with ourselves and with other people. Being honest doesn't say, oh, I am weak. No. Being honest says, I'm human and I need help. So I pray that this encourages somebody today. I pray that this helps somebody to come to a place to say, hey, listen, I know what you're looking at. It looks like Superman. But when I take off this cape, I'm simply Clark Kent. And if Clark Kent gets wounded, he feels pain. If Clark Kent is hurt emotionally, he cries. So hear what? Be honest. Be open about it. And I understand. I do. We cannot be naked with everybody. We can be transparent with some, but not naked with everybody. But listen, we have a God who cares. He says it like this: we have an high priest who can be touched with the feelings of our infirmities. Go to him. Don't hold back anything. You can't find somebody to talk to, fine. Go to God. Talk to him. Let him know, God, this is hurting me. God, this is how I feel. God, I feel alone. God, I feel like I have failed. I feel like no one cares. Talk to him about it. And I can assure you, because of the God that he is, he will wrap his arms of love around you and let you know that you're never alone. All he's asking us to do is to be honest, because he desires truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden parts he will cause us to know wisdom. Let's be honest. That's what God is asking for. Be honest with yourself so you can be honest with other people for real. Alright, until next time, peace.